Alright, here I am, here I go. I'm doing a new reaction. This was a request reaction, and I don't really get many requests as much as I used to anymore. I think that's definitely because of, you know, the way I changed my channel around. I've taken more control over it just because it was a very hectic thing to try to control. But even though if I do get reactions nowadays, they're not really like being pushed, but to do. But this one got like a decent amount of likes, where I was like, okay, I certainly am seeing enough people want to see me do Elusin. I don't know if I'm saying that right. There's a debut album, like a very short album that came out last year. Not really a big name. They're from Norway. You know, seems like they're starting out. They did a song I'm seeing here a couple years ago with Sematary, so and you know, it was on a Sematary video where I got this. That's just a quick little prelude thing. That's cute, cool. The dram, like that guitar. That's sort of Sematary-esque, that guitar. It's weird. What I expect. Drugged out, you know, very elusive. I don't know where it's taking me. Locked and Loaded, first like song on here, lengthy song, like 5.5 minutes. It's very drawn out, it's very druggish. There's certainly some changes within the track, right? Like, especially this moment where we get, you know, some like vocalization from her that, you know, takes some intrigue for sure. But I like this song. I will say for the most part that this song, first listen at least, I'm not like stuck in that moment. I'm just sort of enjoying that nice, relaxed vibes on here, wanting to know if it's going to take me further. It doesn't fully take me to where I want it to go, but I think overall it's well made. It's well made. It's pretty cool. And who knows? I feel like it can grow on me for sure. Now this is more like cloudy rap shit. Okay, I guess this song here, the Hymn of the Mountain Priestess, now, like, we are getting to realize that there's a lot of, like, variety with Elusin, I guess, though, right? Like, first song, very drawn-out ambient song. Here, this is much more of this cloudy, wavy track. The synths are hidden on there. You know, her presence on these songs, too, she's very in the back. She's very ethereal, you know what I mean? Moving in with that instrumentation, I suppose, right? It's, I like this song. It's very, you know, it's putting me in this like atmospheric vibe that I'm sitting with. It's nice. It's cute. It's a relatively short song as well. I wonder how this will like really fit, you know, track listing wise once I listen to everything, right? But it's interesting. Instrumentation of this one, the bass. Okay, this one is making me feel like it's using those cloudy, ethereal elements from that last song, but then it's bringing back that like shoegazy, like, you know, that really rough guitar on here. And I really like this little exit here. We're really hearing this piano. Like, this song out of all of the three, sonically feels the most structured. It feels the most focused. At the same point, I feel like this song lyrically is the one that, or at least this time, like looking at the lyrics, it's just, it's not really connecting with me or making me feel enough. Not saying it's bad or it's good, I'm just simply saying it's not enough to really strike a chord with me. But this is very on stuff. It's very on stuff. It's and so far, I'd say there's maybe like a tinge of like sadness in here, but I would say more so that it feels like it's coming from something beautiful, or for some reason, you know, getting this hopeful emotion potentially. I like this song, Highway. It's this song and the song beforehand. I do think are my favorites. I think I prefer the one beforehand, based off of a soundscape, like what that was doing as a soundscape. But this song as well. This song has got some cool emotions to it. I think there's this like you know, this sexual mood that's in this one as well. I think the structure of this one's quite nice, and I like that she kind of adds in this emo, this sort of emo vibe. So I do think this genre blending is working well. Okay, the genre blending is working well here. You know, I'm halfway through this, and one thing I will say off of a debut album is that she has succeeded in providing an aesthetic. Okay, this doesn't feel like it's like loosely throwing all these ideas at you. It feels like it wants to be like working on a sound, and that's cool. R&B now. Now there's a 6-minute instrumental, like, interlude. I don't know where that's going to take me. I feel like it's bold on a project so short. You have a 6-minute interlude. It could pay off. Bold decisions do pay off. Not much changing in the back. I don't know. It just seems like it's more of like a mood song, you know what I mean? Again, this doesn't feel that structured. Up didn't feel that structured. I'd say the interlude in between that was paced in an odd way. It wasn't really striking till like a good bit in. That's good. it's like a cutesy indie song here, kind of discussing some nostalgia of a relationship and, you know, keeping a memento of this person, because at the end of the day, like, you know, you don't want this to be really in the past. Instrumentally, it's cute. Maybe there could be more to it, but I think it sells here. This album, this debut album, Elusin, Elusin Synfuels. What am I thinking about this on the first go? I am torn. Cause I think maybe this could be better when I give it a few more listens, if, you know, things stick with me. But right now I'm feeling like giving it a 6.5 to a 7, like close to that 7 for sure. The experience of listening to this is a little, I think after Highway it's a little strange. From 6 to 9 onwards, I would say it's not as strong. Maybe that interlude really cuts from the pacing of this project. I do think tracks 4 and 5 are where they're at their peak creatively, and like, you know, those songs are structured well. I will say, you know, maybe I'm having problems with Locked and Loaded structure-wise. Definitely Synfuels Interlude, although I could be a little bit more forgiving of that. And the short songs 6 and 8 for sure. Not number 9 though. I think 9 is working for me. So yeah, problems, more so pacing problems with some of the songs on the project overall. Maybe lyrically it's not mattering as much to me usually. And the songs don't have, you know, the songs are still slow, you know what I mean? They're never fast-paced. They may be in your face a little bit sound-wise, atmospheric-wise, but this is a very low-key album, but I am in between a 7, potentially, of coming back to this too, if I find that this was creative enough. Because at the end of the day, I still think that what Elusin is doing is certainly ambitious, you know what I mean? There's genre blending here. I appreciate the genre blending. And I think sound-wise, they certainly have ideas on building their own aesthetic. You know, last song here being this like folk-type sounding song, and then we have like cloudy vibes or emo vibes or shoegaze vibes. So I think there is an attempt at multiple sounds here, even though I'm still feeling like I'm being laid in a specific aesthetic, right? So, okay, good on. It's not bad. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, and regardless of my opinions on this album, I feel like this is still a decently strong beginning for this artist, where I'm feeling like this sound can be continued on or built upon, for sure. I'm going to listen to it a few more times, and then I'll let you know how I feel. Okay, I've listened to the Synfuels, this debut album by Elusin. I think that's how you say it. I believe I gave it maybe a 6.5 in the video. I think I gave it a 6.5. But coming back to this, it's just... yeah, I'm not finding this overly that engaging. It's a very ambient album that doesn't feel quite expansive, or there's always some sort of sound in it that takes my attention because it feels too like out of place, or not out of place I'd say, but you feel this building of this like structure. It doesn't feel cohesive as much as I want to. I think Elusin takes shine as a vocalist. It's very hard to know. I think maybe there's certain moments, like there's 2 songs on here that I think is working for me, but for the most part, in a mix, it's so in the back, it's so like barely felt. She's barely felt on this album. Pacing wise, I did say in the review that I had pacing problems. Sure, that little interlude here that's like 6 minutes long takes you out of things. It's not engaging enough for a 6-minute instrumental, okay? There's certainly 6-minute instrumentals in this world that are great, and I think people are capable of making them, but this just doesn't feel worthy. And even the Locked and Loaded song too, which, first off, the Locked and Loaded song, you kind of get what it's going for, the gist of it right away, and it doesn't feel like it's building up to something. So yeah, for this album, I'm just sort of feeling bored for the most part of it. I think there is an aesthetic here Like I was even saying in the review, there's certainly an aesthetic here, so I can appreciate it for that. But at the same time, it really feels like it needs to be expanded upon at the end of it all. It needs to be expanded upon for me to really find enjoyment with this. But yeah, I think I'll keep it. I think I'll give it a 5.5. 5.5. Yeah. So it's not really my well, the sound is exactly, I guess, what you would expect me to listen to, and I think that's why people ask me to react to it, but it's not doing nearly enough for me. So if there's anything else you want to see me react to, anything at all, just put a comment down below, and thank you for watching. Peace.